Welcome to SS2 Biology, Term 3, Week 5. The immune system is the body's defense network against infection and disease. Understanding immunity is crucial for understanding vaccination, one of the greatest achievements of medicine, saving millions of lives annually, including millions of children in Nigeria. By the end of this lesson, you will distinguish innate from adaptive immunity, explain the cellular basis of the immune response, describe how vaccines work, list key vaccines in Nigeria's MPI schedule, and explain herd immunity. Let us begin. Innate immunity is the non-specific, immediate first line of defense, present at birth, requiring no prior exposure to a pathogen. Components: physical and chemical barriers, skin, outermost barrier, dead keratinized cells, acidic pH, normal flora, mucous membranes lining the respiratory, digestive, and urogenital tracts, cilia in the respiratory tract beat upward, mucociliary escalator, to sweep pathogens trapped in mucus out of the airways, stomach acid, pH 1 to 2, kills most swallowed pathogens, tears, saliva, and nasal secretions contain lysozyme, an enzyme that damages bacterial cell walls. Inflammatory response, triggered when tissue is damaged or invaded by pathogens, mast cells and damaged tissues release histamine, causing vasodilation, increased blood flow, redness, heat, and increased capillary permeability, fluid and cells leak into tissue, swelling, pain, neutrophils, most abundant white blood cell, arrive first and engulf pathogens by phagocytosis, macrophages, large phagocytes, engulf pathogens and present antigens on their surface. Natural killer, NK, cells destroy infected cells and cancer cells by inducing apoptosis, programmed cell death. Complement system, a cascade of plasma proteins that destroy bacteria by forming pores in their membranes, membrane attack complex, enhance phagocytosis, opsonization, and trigger inflammation. Interferons, proteins secreted by virus-infected cells that warn neighboring cells, induce antiviral state in recipient cells, reduce viral replication. Adaptive, specific, immunity is the second line of defense, slower to respond, 4 to 7 days, but highly specific to a particular antigen and has immunological memory. An antigen is any molecule, usually a protein on the surface of a pathogen, that the immune system recognizes as foreign. Two branches, humoral immunity, B cells and antibodies. A naive B cell encounters its specific antigen. With help from T helper cells, Th cells, the B cell is activated. It divides, clonal expansion, to produce plasma cells, which secrete antibodies, immunoglobulins, and memory B cells. Antibodies are Y-shaped proteins with two antigen binding sites, variable regions. Functions of antibodies: neutralization, an antibody binds to pathogen surface, blocking attachment to host cells, opsonization, coating pathogen for phagocytosis, agglutination, clumping pathogens, complement activation. There are 5 immunoglobulin classes. IgG, most abundant, crosses placenta, provides passive immunity to newborns. IgM, first antibody produced in response to infection, good diagnostic marker. IgA, found in mucus, saliva, breast milk. Mucosal immunity, IgA, triggers allergic response, involved in parasite immunity. IgD, on surface of naive B cells. Cell-mediated immunity is T cells. T cells mature in the thymus. Cytotoxic T cells, TC or CD8 plus T cells, directly kill infected cells or cancer cells by releasing perforin and granzymes. T helper cells, TH or CD4 plus T cells, coordinate the immune response, releasing cytokines that activate B cells, TC cells, and macrophages. T regulatory cells suppress excessive immune responses, preventing autoimmunity. Memory T cells persist after infection, enabling rapid response to future exposure. A vaccine is a biological preparation that stimulates active immunity against a specific pathogen without causing the disease. Vaccines contain antigens in a harmless form, killed inactivated pathogens, e.g. inactivated polio vaccine, IPV, live attenuated, weakened pathogens, e.g. oral polio vaccine, OPV, BCG for TB, MMR for measles, mumps, rubella, subunit vaccines containing only specific proteins, e.g. HPV vaccine, toxoid vaccines containing inactivated bacterial toxins, e.g. tetanus toxoid, diphtheria toxoid, mRNA vaccines, deliver mRNA instructions to cells to produce a specific antigen, COVID-19. Vaccines, Pfizer-BioNTech, Moderna, the immune system responds to the antigen and develops immunity. mRNA is degraded rapidly, does not enter the nucleus or alter DNA. When a vaccine is administered, the immune system responds by producing antibodies and memory B and T cells. If the actual pathogen is later encountered, the memory cells respond rapidly and powerfully. Infection is prevented or limited. Adjuvants are added to some vaccines to enhance the immune response. Nigeria's National Program on Immunization, NPI, was established in 1979. The Expanded Program on Immunization, EPI, schedule for children includes, at birth, BCG, tuberculosis, OPV0, oral polio, hepatitis B0, birth dose. 6 weeks, OPV1, pentavalent 1, diphtheria, tetanus, pertussis, HPV, HIV, PCV1, pneumococcal, rota1, rotavirus. 10 weeks, OPV2, pentavalent 2, PCV2, rota2. 14 weeks, OPV3, IPV, pentavalent 3, PCV3, rota3. 9 months, measles, rubella 1, meningococcal A, yellow fever. 15 months, measles, rubella 2. Nigeria eradicated wild poliovirus in 2020, certified polio-free by WHO/Africa CDC. This was a massive public health achievement after decades of vaccination campaigns and community mobilization. Herd immunity, when a sufficient proportion of a population is immune to an infection, through vaccination or prior infection, the pathogen cannot spread easily, protecting even those who cannot be vaccinated. Herd immunity threshold varies by disease. Measles requires approximately 95% immunity, polio approximately 85%, COVID-19 approximately 70 to 85%. Vaccine hesitancy. The WHO lists vaccine hesitancy as one of the top 10 threats to global health. In Nigeria, vaccine hesitancy affected polio eradication efforts. Rumors that vaccines contained harmful substances or caused infertility, addressed through community engagement and Muslim clerics endorsing vaccination. Key points: innate immunity is non-specific, immediate, barriers, inflammation, NK cells, complement, interference. Adaptive immunity is specific, delayed, has memory, humoral B cells, antibodies, and cell-mediated T cells. Antibody classes: IgG, IgM, IgA, IgA, IgD. Vaccine types: killed, live attenuated, subunit, toxoid, mRNA. Vaccines work by inducing immune memory without disease. Nigeria's NPI schedule covers polio, hepatitis B, TB, measles, pneumococcal, rotavirus, meningococcal, yellow fever. Nigeria was certified polio-free in 2020. Herd immunity threshold: measles 95%, polio 85%. WAEC biology frequently tests innate versus adaptive immunity, antibody structure and function, vaccine types, how vaccines work, and Nigeria's immunization history.